Hello, welcome to class this month, Opposites Attract.
Welcome to OnlinePilatesClasses.com, the most supportive Pilates-loving community across the globe. Enjoy new weekly classes from our amazing teachers. Download the OnlinePilatesClasses.com app today.
All right, so we're going to talk about opposition, and this is something that I was really stuck on when I learned Pilates, and it's really easy for my hypermobile bodies to get stuck. You reach so much, you lock elbows, wrists, ankles, knees, hyperextend the front of the hips. So we're going to find our opposition without putting obstacles in place for that to happen. Two things to think about. One, like a jellyfish, when they open up their bodies, right? Their sides of everything opposes itself, and then it can come in and can go back out again. So it never pins a spot of itself in place and holds it there while other things are reaching. Everything goes and everything goes. Yeah. Okay. Second idea. This comes from the 𝐒𝐁𝐒 book by Sanya Shimoda. This is something that she taught me when I was working with her and Jay Grimes. So your right arm doesn't start right here. Your right arm starts over here. Okay. On the back too. Your left arm doesn't start here. It starts over here. So when I'm reaching with my left, this and all this stuff on the back is going that way. And then this is going that way. And from the center out, I can oppose myself. So it comes from here, not my fingertips, not my shoulders, but yeah. Your legs start at your lowest ribs, right? And your arms start above your sacrum. And so then there's that overlap. And so when my arms reach up to oppose my legs, I get taller and my legs anchor down. Yeah. So you can't just reach with just an arm or the arm. Everything has to oppose itself. Keep that in mind with everything that we do. When in doubt, leave it out. We're going to start with one heavy spring on, because you're going to quickly see which leg or legs are reaching or not reaching. So heels together, toes apart, balls of your feet on the foot bar. Press out and come in. So if one of your feet took off from the foot bar, that's the leg that's not reaching from your center. It might be reaching from a joint, right, or a dominant muscle. Let's do 5 more. Closing the springs, reach them open, close them, reach them open. Ideally holding the heels in one place. So not the highest heel hold you could do, but the highest they can do without dropping as you go in and out. 1 more. Stay in, come onto those arches, hug everything tight together, press out and pull it in and push it out and pull. So something that I tend to do in the opposition of this, because my arms are down by my side, right? They're not above my head. So how does my head reach in opposition to my feet? One of the things my ribs tend to do is a lift up. That's going to take away the up reach. That's going to take away my reach to the crown of my head. So I have to pull my low ribs down and send energy out the crown of my head without pushing my knees down. So how does my head and my arches, my feet work opposition to each other? Because that's what pulls us in. Opposites attract. Come all the way and come onto those heels. All right, so inner heels on, push it out and pull it in. And you're like, oh my God, how do I pull in if my feet are on the front of the foot bar, not on the top? Because opposites attract. If you reach out from your center, you can pull in from your center. If you do not reach out from your center, unless your equipment closes the spring for you, you are not coming in, right? So I get a lot of you are like, I can't, my straps don't close. Yeah, because you're not connected. Hate to break it to you. Come all the way in, back onto the balls of your feet, push out, lower the heels under, and lift it up. And reach the heels under, and lift. Let the low ribs take up space. So the opposition from the heels to the crown of the head does not mean knees down. So can your opposites attract? Can you reach your heels away from the crown of your head, but keep your knees soft? Or not necessarily soft, not bent, but not locked. 1 more. And lift those heels up. Come all the way in. Take your foot bar down out of the way, if you can. And then we're going to come on up and add a second spring. All right, so you have 2 springs for your 100. So I'm going to make it nice and easy for you. It's not going to be the heaviest 100, but that should help you find the opposites that attract. Squeeze the heels tight together, fingertips to the sky. Now remember where your arms start, so find your arm connection all the way down to your sacrum. And then your legs start at your low ribs. You feel that? Then curl up and let those opposites attract. Pump your arms. And inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. Your legs can be as high as you need them to be, but I find the challenging spot is where they can reach away from the crown of my head. Inhale through the nose if you can for 5, and exhale. Now, my ankles, one of them tends to roll away, so I've got to hug my ankles in because that helps me get more of my outer hips. When I get more of my outer hips, it allows my legs to reach more from my center, which means it supports my center, which supports the crown of my head reaching to the ceiling. Last cycle of breathing. Woo! All right. Head rest down. We're going to do overhead. If you're not going overhead, you're going to coordination. We'll meet you there. You can also do double straight leg stretch from the mat practice. So I'm going to take the arms. They're going to come down. The legs go over, then up to the ceiling and pause. So get your toes over your eyes. Hold it. The crown of your head is reaching back to the back of the reformer as your tailbone reaches in opposition to the mat. Lower the legs. And again, take the legs over, reach them up, toes over the eyes. Try to leave your toes over the eyes so the opposites can reach, right? So if my toes are over my eyes, my butt reaches down, I got the longest spine to stretch. One more time. Over, up. A lot of times I see people take their feet with their butt, and then they wonder why this is so hard. It's already hard to keep those toes over the eyes, but then you get a big back stretch. So that's why you want those opposites working for you. Elbows into the mat, lift the head and chest up, push the arms and legs to straight, open, close them, pull the knees in, bend the elbows. Can you get your knees into your chest more? I see a lot of you stop at that tabletop. Unless you have a reason to, I want you to pull your knees in as much as your heels can squeeze together. That's how we get the work with opposites. I can pull my knees in as much as my heels can squeeze together. One more time. Squeeze, 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 and bend those elbows. Awesome. Okay. Hook up the handles. Drop back down to one spring. Sit against your shoulder rest, heels tight together, hook the thumbs over, and then sit up nice and tall. We're going to reach the arms forward and pause. So when you reach your arms forward, you want the opposites to attract. So we're not going to bully our opposite. So the spring is going to push the shoulders onto the back as I reach from that connection. Lower the arms to get taller. Lift the arms nice and high and pause. Squeeze those legs together. See if you can get a little taller in your spine. Yeah, and then open. So I find that this part here, reaching the arms forward, yeah, I get to feel the opposition of my fingertips to my shoulder blades. I lower the arms. When I lift the arms here, because my legs are opposing my arms, I get taller. Open the arms wide to the side. One more time. Reach. Lower the arms. Squeeze those legs together. It helps lift the arms. The legs are working into the carriage, not the knees, so that I can get taller. Flex the ankles, hands on the carriage, round forward, slide those hands out to the spring, lift up, and then open wide to the side. So your legs are doing the exact same thing. The only thing that changes now, the ankles are flexed. So if by flexing the ankles, you cut off that opposition, something's going on in how you're flexing your ankles. Maybe you stop squeezing the legs together. Maybe you're doing it from your toes. Amazing. Okay. Let's hook up our handles, stay on one spring, and grab our long box. We're going to go into our pull straps. So the tendency I see in pull straps is for the back to go down and the legs to lift as the head and chest lifts. So what happens there is we kind of lose all the length, and then there's no opposition at all, right? Because we're compressing. So let's get your shoulders at the edge of your box. Right? Walk your hands up your straps and then just double check, are you too far forward in your box? Because I want you to hold on to your own legs. Now, pubic bone down, nice tall back here. We're not in extension yet. Pull the arms back. Because the arms are connected to the back, you might lift your chest. But I want you to notice that your legs lift too, right? You might have to film yourself to see it. And then lower the arms down. And again, reach the arms back. There's the extension in the upper back, not the lower back, so that we can have an opposition in our legs. And then lower down. If you feel the back of your knees higher than your hamstrings, that's a little hyperextension going on, right? We want to feel those hamstrings getting tired here.